Hello, let me introduce you to Hill of Doves. Here we have the front of the box, and the back of the box. And opening the box, you'll see these various components within. Now we'll go through them one by one and I'll explain what everything is. There's an introductory booklet which mainly covers the game components, markers, counters, the boards, and also the armies and order of battle. There's a Hill of Doves rules book, which is all the rules which are required to actually play the game. So when you're actually playing, you only refer to this booklet. It covers the strategic rules, operational rules and tactical rules, and also the battle rules. The final booklet is the Hill of Doves Examples of Play booklet. This booklet includes a detailed step-by-step setup procedure and examples of the three main phases of the game, which are strategic, operational and tactical phases. All the examples are taken from actual historical actions. The counters in the game are ready, they're cut, they've been varnished, I think they're quite resilient. Divided into various packets, so you've got the strategic board markers and counters, the operational board markers and counters, and the tactical board markers and counters. You've got the British counters, which is the British Army, and the Boer counters, which is the Boer Army, and two game aids, the six-sided dice and the step marker. There's a deck of 38 event cards. These cards add variation to the game, especially with the fact that you can't draw more than 12 cards in an entire war, so the probabilities of any game coming out the same is almost impossible. Strategic board. Over here you have at the top time, strategic time, 2-week intervals. You have a political situation, starting with the Transvaal as a British territory going to the Transvaal independence. The number of major Boer victories in the game so far. There's an assault marker which will be here, which tells you on what dates the British have made an assault at Laing's Nek. Here you have the 7 garrisons which are besieged by Boer forces, they're British garrisons. And here you have the Durban port going through up to Laing's Nek, which is where British reinforcements and supplies continuously stream up. Here we have the operational board. There's again a time track up here, but this time it's in days because it's an operational. You've got the weather, which might change daily as well. You have the Oxwagon convoy, which is the supplies which the British have to get to the front, and that's where you record the amounts you have available in the wagons. And here's Fort Armeel, and I'll explain later, it's a major British base and a lot of things happen in there. On the map you have to get from Fort Armeel to Mount Prospect, and this is the route that the wagons and patrols and reinforcements will take. Here we have the tactical board. This is the most complex board, it's where all the action happens. Over here again there is another time track, but this one is actually in hours, which is a tactical time period. Over here you record how many night assaults you have available. or left. Here is to store the Sangers markers, which can be built over there. This is a box for the orders for the 4 regimental HQs, Collie and Wood. These are for the 4 sections of artillery, their bombardment markers. Over here you keep records of your British camp supply track. Here, firepower during a battle, you record the firepower here. And here's the British camp holding box where you keep all the entire army, and there's a hospital in there and headquarters. Here's the actual battle area itself. Here's the British camp. There, and all the white hexagon objectives, and the Boers start with all 9 objectives here, and the British just start in the British camp here. At the back behind the neck you've got 3 Boer lagers. This also, there'll be a marker there which would state whether it's been destroyed or is functioning. You've got Jouberts, Smiths and Coldstream. This is the battle board, which you can use but you don't have to use, but some of the assaults can get quite complex, so rather than just lining up the counters against each other, you deploy them in this area here. You put Veld Cornet Scaps here, Boer patrols here, if there's any cold steel conflict here, firepower, British firepower blasting from here, and British reserves in this area. And there's some rules on actual battle and some results there to make it easier to calculate. Moving on to the cards, this is the game sequence card. This is the heart of the game. This is everything stems from this card, so you go to other cards, but always come back to this one to keep playing the game. As you can see, there are a lot of steps, because every dot on the side here is a step you'll have to make while you're playing the game. But if you just place the step marker on it, it will be much easier. The game setup on here, strategic phase sequence, and on the reverse, operational phase sequence and the tactical phase. Here's a quick reference card. Here there are all the charts and tables which help you work out the game sequence. Again, they're split into a strategic phase charts and tables, the tactical, and the vast majority, which is this side and this side. These at the bottom and the whole back are operation phase. This is the assault card. It's referred to only when the British do an assault on a Boer position. And again, it's split into phases and segments and steps, and again you have the bullets down the side where you put the step marker. So that would be, for example, you're here at the moment. Just keep moving that step marker and you have no problems whatsoever. On the reverse of the assault card are all the charts and tables required to work out the conflict. And finally we have the ambush card, which works out identical to the assault card. It's the same system. As an example over here, you've got first the Boer deployment phase, then you work out individual ambushes, going back and forth if necessary. There's more than one ambush, and as always you have the step marker. On the reverse there is again all the charts and tables required to work out the ambush. I've started with the British counters, and you can see the whole British Army here. At the top you've got the Natal Field Force with Collie, 5 companies 58th, 5 companies 360th, 3 troops, 2 field gun sections and a mountain gun artillery section. Then you've got the naval column, naval brigade, rocket artillery section and Gatling gun section. And the Indian column, Wood, 5 companies 260th, 5 companies 92nd, 4 troops of 15th Hussars and the naval brigade. At the bottom here you've got 2 ships, the Boudicca and the Dido, and the Oxwagon convoy counter. Here we have the Boer army. Smith, Joubert, the Krak Veldkornetsskap, 12 commandos, each consisting of 3 Veldkornetsskap and a patrol. You've got Pretoria, there's 3 from Pretoria, Heidelberg 2, then Liedenberg, Standerton, Middleton, Potsdam, Rostein, Wackerstrom and Marabastad. Here are the 3 counters of the Boer lagers.